feel that the world, and particularly some countries in Europe, are not being severe enough with the Russian Federation?
I believe that the world should respond to Russia with the same level of severity as Russia acts towards the world. If Russia crosses all the red lines and violates all rules of international behavior, then the world should reciprocate, should equally respond to it. So far, the response of the world has been much stronger compared to 2014, when Russia illegally occupied Crimea in Ukraine. And we appreciate all of these efforts. But of course, as long as the war goes on, these efforts are not enough. So we do not complain because we see a lot of action being taken, but this effort must not stop until we stop Putin.
Is the Ukrainian resistance ready for a war that may last many months or even years ahead?
We have no choice. This war will last until Ukraine wins. As simple as that, whatever it takes. And the reason why I'm saying this is very simple. You should understand, and your viewers should understand one thing. If Ukraine loses, there will be no Ukraine. This is as simple as that. And therefore, we will fight.
This is a very important point you have just made. So the Ukrainian goal is the absolute withdrawal of the Russian troops from the whole territory of Ukraine.
Absolutely. We are in a state of an open war with an aggressor, with the country that moved its forces into Ukraine. Now, at this point, we insist categorically that Russian army must withdraw to the positions held before 24th of February. This was the day when Russia attacked Ukraine. The longer this war continues, the more unpredictable the dynamic of the front line becomes. We remain absolutely committed to finding a peaceful solution and to negotiating a solution. But as my president said on a number of occasions, we will not concede a single inch of our territory.
Is a retaliation on Russian territory absolutely off the table for Ukraine?
We are not aggressors, unlike Russia. We do not conquer others' territories. We want to stick with what we have. We want to stick to our land, and we will retaliate politically, economically, and legally. Politically, by isolating Russia on the global arena. Economically, by imposing more and more sanctions on Russia so that their war machine will be deprived of the inflow of money. And legally, by prosecuting Russian war criminals for all the atrocities committed in Ukraine. We are not Russia. We think in different terms. We do not need anyone else's land. We have enough of our Ukrainian land, but we will not allow anyone to take it away from us.
Minister, were you surprised that the Russian regime accused the Ukrainian government of belonging to a Nazi ideology?
Listen, Russian propaganda has been building the image of Ukrainians being neo-Nazi for years. And it's true that millions of Russians believe that Russian army went to Ukraine to find and destroy neo-Nazism. The problem is that Russian army is in Ukraine, but they cannot find neither neo-Nazism nor neo-fascism nor any other phenomena of that kind in Ukraine. To the contrary, Russian army in Ukraine behaves exactly the way as the Nazi army behaved during the Second World War in the territory of Ukraine. And it's not us who committed an act of aggression against a sovereign neighbor. It was Russia, in exactly the same way as Germany, as Nazi Germany did in the late 30s, early 40s. So by calling us neo-Nazi, in fact, it strikes back because Russia behaves like neo-Nazi. We do not have, unlike even some Western European countries, we do not have far-right ideology as a mainstream ideology in our country. And my president is a Jew. He's of Jewish origin. So how can you have a neo-Nazi country with a president of Jewish origin?